Hello. This is The Reality Is, and let me tell you, the reality is your boy Kenny is on some bull. No, but seriously, he just did his first interview. Kenny has finally spoken publicly about his breakup with JaNa. And this interview was his chance to explain what he says was happening behind the scenes. Now, I'm going to let Kenny speak for himself. I do have some clips to play for you, some of the highlights for me. I will play the relevant parts of the interview, but I will say, honestly, we really didn't get down to the nitty gritty. So, starting off, Kenny talks about his life before Love Island, before, the breakup, where he was born, how he was raised, to try to help us understand him more. He does talk about one of the biggest accusations surrounding him and JaNa's relationship is that it was not genuine or as genuine as it appears. He denied that, saying that it was truly genuine. He was truly attracted to JaNa, and that his decision to pursue her had nothing at all to do with knowing how popular she was outside of the villa, because at the time that he chose her, he had no idea that she was that popular. Now, let's get into it. So, Kenny said one of the biggest changes after Love Island was going from being a private person with a normal job to suddenly having hundreds of thousands of people watching, judging, and commenting on his life. He described that attention as overwhelming and said it seriously affected his mental health. Here's what he said.
I remember of the first week I got out, I went out to the grocery store and someone took a picture of me and I'm just in flip flops, like a white tank, and it's all over Twitter and people are just roasting me. Like, what the hell? What is he wearing?
Now, I will say that this clip was absolutely believable to me. I mean, I can't imagine having a bunch of eyes on me getting criticized. So I'm not going to front. I can understand that could be extremely hard to deal with, especially coming after a show as big as Love Island. Two things can be true, y'all. Kenny could have been struggling deeply, and people could still deserve clarity about what happened. Also, Kenny mentions that the breakup did not come out of nowhere. He claims that him and JaNa had been arguing regularly and that he had already told her he was unhappy. He told her that he was mentally drained and he was struggling inside of the relationship. And so here's how Kenny described the state of their relationship.
We're both in LA. I guess, we continued in the relationship. She was insisting that she wanted to stay in the relationship. I had that conversation with her in the Hamptons. We're business partners. Continue, but we continued, and that's, like, as I said, I'm not a victim. I did that for well knowing it was affecting me, and she was just insisting she would change, that she wanted to stay in the relationship.
Kenny also mentions their differences on privacy, in terms of the difference between privacy and content, and how to kind of work within both of those boundaries. He said that JaNa and him had a different relationship than what was shown on social media. He said JaNa enjoyed sharing their lives, filming content, and being open with their supporters. Kenny said he was more private and sometimes felt uncomfortable pretending that everything was fine online after they had been arguing privately. Here's his explanation of what he means by that.
And that was like her goal, to make her YouTube video and to build her channel, which props to her. She's taking steps, right, to make a YouTube. That's a huge effort, a huge deal. But right, like after an argument, we're going to film your YouTube.
All right. So I do remember a while back, people maybe making comments that Kenny looked very disconnected in their videos. But no, I mean, I understand you may have not felt like shooting content, but you are a grown man. You can absolutely say you don't want to. There's a reason why you did it. I'm sure not only to please her, but because you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that he's putting it on her like he's not a grown man with vocals that can say what he wants. If you end up being okay with being on camera, being posted with your girlfriend, you're okay with it. I mean, I'm not giving him any leeway on that. Now, let me also point out that I absolutely feel like this interview was to put all of the blame on JaNa, which definitely turned me off all the way. It doesn't seem like he took any accountability at all. He did mention a little something, but it was kind of like trying to squeeze accountability at a little bit that he said, and it really wasn't there. He did describe the relationship as a repeated cycle of arguments, apologies, reconciliation, and promises that things would improve. He didn't go into detail on who needed to improve what. He did make it seem like, though, or insinuated that he wasn't the person that needed to improve at all. I highly doubt that. I did watch a few episodes of Beyond the Villa, and he definitely did not know how to communicate. He wasn't being real with JaNa. He would have conversations with the other guys, or one of the other guys, about his worries about moving in with her, but I don't remember him actually communicating that to JaNa. So he can miss me with all of that. Then Kenny gives his rendition of what actually happened in terms of, when JaNa let us know that she went through his phone. Okay, so this is Kenny describing what he says actually happened that night.
We went to a party in LA. There was like a movie premiere or something. I flew out, and we were having drinks. We had some drinks, and then there was an argument that we had in the car. I was like, okay, it's an argument. We have arguments every 2 days, every 3 days. Just stay quiet. And we got to the hotel, and I go to sleep. I think I woke up in the middle of the night, and my phone was off of the charger. And I remember saying, I didn't see my phone. I think I was half asleep, and I remember saying her name, where are you? So she was in the bathroom. Then I woke up the following day, and she stays in the hotel that whole night, and I guess she had gone through my phone that whole entire night. And she basically wakes me up with that. I went through your phone. I'm upset. I was like, okay. So I grabbed her phone. Said, all right, let me go through your phone now. And she got up all in my face. She got physical. And I said, what? Use your phone. The door's there. Oh, I'm going to call 911. I'm going to use your phone. So anyway, I just knew it wasn't going to end right.
And then I'm sitting here waiting for the interviewer to mention what exactly was in the text messages that JaNa saw, because I don't think JaNa posted everything. I don't think she posted any of the messages. Am I missing something? Maybe she posted a little bit or something like that, but I feel like there was more. He did not get into details about the messages. That was the part that most people were waiting for. If you're anything like me, I was skipping around to try to get to let us know what you actually said. The interview did reference the leaked messages, but he did not say exactly what he said.
I did say a statement where I generalized. Yeah. And I take full accountability. It doesn't represent the person that I am, and I take full accountability for it. But I've dated Black women before. I have Black ancestry. I'm Dominican. Half of my family is dark skin. So There was never a problem with race. The problem was with how you were treating me.
This is where the explanation lost me, because he gave detailed answers when discussing JaNa's behavior. He gave detailed answers about the arguments and what the public did to him. But when it came to what he allegedly wrote, everything became very broad and vague. And then afterwards, mentioning that you've dated black women does not automatically prove that you cannot hold disrespectful, racist, or colorist beliefs about black women. Like, he literally gave the, I got a black friend. He did it. He did it. He gave us the, I got a black friend, y'all. I was totally disappointed in this. And actually, he was better off not doing this interview if he was not going to come right. Also, I want to mention that he mentions that Kordell was the only one of the guys from the cast that checked on him, and he gets very emotional, honey, and Kordell was not playing that at all. Let me go ahead and play for you what Kenny said.
Yeah, Kordell reached out to me, and that's the one person that I have the utmost respect for.
He was the only one.
And so your boy Kordell got a whiff of this and was like, basically, nah, bruh, like, I wasn't there for you. You know what I said? Ooh, okay, Kordell, stand up, stand up. No, but for real, like, he definitely tried to give that Kordell kind of agreed. I feel like that's what he was insinuating there. I mean, in my opinion, this made Kenny look worse, because he looked like he was forcing himself to be a victim. I mean, again, he should have just stayed silent. Once again, Kenny is entitled to tell his side, but once you bring other people into your explanation, those people are also entitled to the correct thing, and there's no misrepresentation that needs to be happening, or else you will get called out. I do believe that fame definitely affected him more deeply than what people realize. If you've never been on TV, you don't really get how it feels unless you could really empathize with a person. You know, maybe you could try to understand, but you still really don't know how it feels. But honestly, we all know the main reason people wanted this interview was because of the alleged leaked messages. Okay. And in my opinion, that remained the least clearly explained part of the entire conversation. The reality is, this interview could have been an email. I mean, for real. And honestly, another reality is sometimes breaking your silence creates even more questions if you're not ready to keep it 100. All right. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Did Kenny's interview change your opinion of him? Do you believe that he finally told his side and he said enough? Let me know what you think. So make sure you like the video, subscribe, and turn on your notification for more videos. I'll be uploading Married at First Sight episode 2 and 3 here shortly. So I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
My agent, my PR. Okay.